Yeah. Yes. I can see.
Uh, Now you are able to see my screen,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
So, as planned, I am going to explain how we are writing a code that will sum all even number between 1 to 10, right? Yeah, 1
Right.
to 20.
Right.
So, problem statement, write a program that sum all the even number,
Mm-hmm.
all the number between 1 to, let's say, 20. Okay?
Okay.
1 to n, you can say, right?
Okay.
Whatever the n input. So
Okay.
here
Yeah.
we have a thing, two kind of things we have to complete. One, we have to figure out first the number is even,
You're right.
and second we have to do sum.
Some. Yeah.
So we have to write one function that responsible to giving the even number, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And another function that responsible to just uh, find out the particular number is even, then sum it.
Okay.
Right? It is clear.
Yes.
So let's example like 1, 2, 3, 4,
Mm-hmm.
5,
Mm-hmm.
6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So
Right.
here, this is the all number from 1 to n. N is a 10, right?
Yeah.
So here, I'm not going to find the sum of all number, right? First,
No.
we have to figure out the particular. This is the number one. So we have to check this number is even or not. If is it
Mm-hmm.
even, then we have to perform sum. So
Mm-hmm.
we have to declare one variable sum which we want to sum, right?
All right.
So first one, we have to check one is the even number or not. So you say,
No.
oh, one is not even number. So
Mm-hmm.
we have to just skip that. Then we have to move next number.
Mm-hmm.
Next number is 2. 2 is the even number.
Yes.
Yes, it is a 2 is a even number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have let's initially we have declared one variable as initially assigned as a 0, right? Why
Mm-hmm.
0? Some function we have anything add on the 0 always getting the same number, right? So
Right.
initially 0. So I say whatever the s variable, just say s equal to s plus this number, whatever your number getting.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2. So what token? Initially s equal to 0,
Mm-hmm.
right? The
Mm-hmm.
0 plus 2, this become a
Two.
2.
Mm.
Okay. Now we
Yes.
have a sum of the first even number. Now we
Yeah.
have to jump to the next number. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Next number check. Is 3 is the even number?
No.
Yes or no? No, no, it is not even number. So we have to skip, right? Then we
Right.
have to jump to the next number. Next
Mm-hmm.
number 4. 4 is an even number.
Yes.
Yes, it is even number. Then we have to again say whatever the value of s, okay,
Mm-hmm.
s equal to s plus this number, number 4. So
Yeah.
s now have a 2. The 2 plus 4 become a
Um.
become a 6.
6.
So now again jump to the next. Is a
Mm.
5 even number?
No.
No, it's not even number. Okay, let's move to the next. Is a
Mm-hmm.
6 even number? Yes, it's
Mm.
the 6 even number. Then we have to again go and check whatever the s equal to s plus your number, whatever the
Mm-hmm.
number you have. Then
6
initially s have
plus
a
6.
6, so
Mm-hmm.
6 plus 6. Okay, you are
Yeah.
getting 12.
12.
Again jump to the next. Oh, this 7 is an even number? No, it's not even number. Move to the next. Is it even number? Yes, it is even number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go. Same perform here. 12 plus
Mm-hmm.
again 8. You are
Mm.
getting 20, right?
20. Yeah.
Similarly, go to the next.
Mm-hmm.
Even number? Not an even number. Go to the
Mm-hmm.
next. Even number? Yes, it is even number. Again
Mm-hmm.
perform 10. So now you
Mm.
are getting a
30.
30. So here you notice I am doing one thing. I am checking one by one number, right? one
Right.
number, one number, one number. So somehow we have to do loop, okay, to
Right.
jump one to one number.
Right.
Second thing we are doing, checking the number is even or odd.
Right.
Right?
Right.
We have one function that check even or odd.
Right.
Another thing I'm doing the sum.
Right.
We have a doing the sum of operation. Here
Exactly.
we have to do three activities. One, the loop.
Loop.
One, check the number
Always
even
take
or
the
not.
numbers even or not. Yeah. And
Third,
then some.
just doing the sum of the only even number.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Till now, any doubt with the
No.
problem? This is a problem statement.
Exactly. It is making sense. Yeah. Now I got it. Yeah.
So let's write. So step one, we have to write one function that check the number even or odd, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
write one function like static that return boolean, even or not boolean, right?
Oh yes. Yeah.
Is even, it will take one number,
Yeah.
okay?
Or
One
we can
number.
use modular also, right? Ajay?
So first, listen. The first we have to check the particular any number is
Oh,
even or not, right?
okay.
So how
Okay.
to check particular number even or odd?
Hmm.
If any number is divisible by 2, then
Right.
it is even as odd, right? So
Yeah.
here say ki whatever the number we have, if we modulo it,
Mm-hmm.
modulo
Oh, acha, acha.
2,
Two.
okay? Modulo 2.
Mm-hmm.
If we modulo 2, they give me reminder,
Right.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Two.
You can divide any number with a modulo 2, you are getting a reminder.
Right.
If you check, if reminder equal to 0,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
then say it is a even number. That return it is a true, right?
Okay. Okay.
What I do. If it is not uh, 0, then it is a false.
False. Yeah.
So this is the one thing we are written one function that responsible to particular number even or. Let's say, test whatever the I am written code, it is working or not, right?
Okay.
How to check? We have whenever you run this code, you are not
Mm-hmm.
getting any output.
No.
Why? Because in main method you have only one line comment line, right?
Right.
There is no
Right.
any kind of things. So our program run, but they are not printing anything, right?
Right. But
So
we
we have to.
didn't. Yeah.
So we have to define function is even number. Whenever you call this function number, they are expecting one integer value. So let I
Mhm.
want to pass the 9, okay?
Right.
And they return what? They return the boolean variable, right?
Right.
So you have say this is the boolean result, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever result. So let's check output. Output. Uh, 9 is even. Is it true or false? They return, right?
Right.
Here is a 9. We pass here 9. 9 modulo 2. Check a reminder. Reminder 0 or not 0. And
Mm-hmm.
then if you run, it will say, okay, it is a prime number or not prime number, right? So,
Right.
sorry, it is even number. Now it is a 9 is a false. But this is a
Oh,
not even.
yeah.
Let's check another variable. Like I want to check like 8. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
8. And again run it.
But it should be R the same or just it should
Yes,
be.
same variable you can reuse. Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So here notice now it is it. That means the whatever the logic we written for even number look like
Mm-hmm.
it's working, right?
Right. Right.
The one part of the my program we have to check the particular number is even or not. We have done
Mm-hmm.
till now. Any doubt?
No, no. Because of like, I'm getting confused in where, Ajay, where, just like, okay, what I have to write first.
Yes.
Like in here, just like you wrote it down the function or like we
Mm,
call method, right? The
mm,
main method you wrote it, not the main method, just like,
mm.
what do you call the main method?
Right, right.
The function, like underneath, like number 16 to 22. what do you call this? Is like main method or outer method?
This is only main method.
Yeah,
This is another method,
another method. Okay, just like
new method. Okay,
you wrote it on the main new method.
right.
So I'm always getting confused. Okay, where to write first? Actually, that is like I found myself.
Always write your logic first,
Logic first.
and
Okay.
once logic done, then you have to go to test it, right?
Okay.
Only main method is to test. First, you to
Okay.
know this. I retain our even number logic,
Okay.
and now I'm going to test in the main method, right?
I,
Right.
I can give you a little idea
Uh,
how I do it. Maybe I
right.
can share my idea. It will be helpful.
Okay.
So once I do this, I write on the paper like this.
Yeah,
So
that is also good idea.
so
Okay.
it reminds me to get it properly. See, I have all the writing here.
Oh,
Everything is writing. So what I do, I learn
Mm.
and I write on the paper.
that's
But
good.
Yeah. So that's how
initial
I learn.
for
Yeah.
initial learning, that is a very very
Yeah.
healthy.
I find it
Wow,
really, really helpful. So
that's
So
cool.
I want to
let's
share. Yeah.
jump to our top problem. Okay.
Sure.
So first things we have to do, write a function that get the even number.
Right.
Second thing we have to do, we have to figure out 1 to n number, right?
Right.
So let's write a function like for in this integer like a equal to
Mm-hmm.
1.
Mm-hmm.
I want to, let's here check one number integer n. Let's n equal to, I define the 20. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
20. So uh, so here uh, you have to write another static function. Okay, that's a check void, and all even number, you can say
Oh,
all.
this is okay. This one is for even number. You are going to write it on another function.
Now this till now we have done only this part. Now we have to all even number, need all even number.
Okay. Yeah.
The first thing, if we find out how to find out even number, right?
Right.
Second, I'm going to find all even number between 1 to n, right?
Okay.
The
Yeah.
another function, I'm going to write the method all even number,
Right.
even number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that will take your input n. Okay, whatever the n I pass here,
Mm-hmm.
and let's I say for int x equal to start 1,
Mm-hmm.
2, x less than or equal to n, whatever the
Mm-hmm.
n, and your is an say would be n small, and here say x equal to x plus 1. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you print here, if you print this number, let's assume if you print
Mm-hmm.
how to test this method. If you run again, I'm not getting this x variable output because
Right.
uh, till now I just written a method but not used. Okay,
Right.
so
Right.
what I say, let I am going to call this method here and pass this n variable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now it's run, they print all number between 1 to n. If you run
Right.
here, okay, here, oh, notice here should be less than equal to, right? Here
Mm-hmm.
you say 1 and greater than n not pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
So always check my condition true or not, right?
Right.
So here I am printing all the 20 number, but our
Mm.
problem, we have to only need even number, not all
Even
number,
number.
right?
Right. Right.
So, but here we are printing all the number.
Mm-hmm.
That is not our purpose.
No.
So somehow we have to skip some number which is not prime.
Right.
Already have a function which check the particular number is prime or not. So why
Mm-hmm.
I cannot use this function here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I say check is even number my function and pass x variable. Okay,
Okay.
and check boolean result. If this result equal to true,
Mm-hmm.
that means it's an even number.
Yeah.
Okay, so only in the case of even number I am going to printing it.
Ah.
I'm not going to print always. So now last to last discussion I say कि if block help us to decide ki particular line is executed or not executed, right?
Right.
So I am putting here, just let's s out here, like R, and it's a number X. Just for reference, is even. Let's check the particular X number.
Mm-hmm.
Here say, I'm just checking. Just I'm to check one. What method return this? Return are true or false. Okay. If they
Okay.
return true, then we are going to need to even number one, only even, printing only even, right?
Okay. So.
So let's run it, and you notice here. Uh, let I comment this line of code not read, right?
Mm-hmm.
Comment out. So here notice we start loop from one. One is the false. So we
False.
are not okay. In the
Yeah.
case of two, it is a true. True means
Yeah.
we are find one even number, right?
Right. Right.
Then three, it is a false, not even. Four, yeah, it's a true. True
Yeah.
means now again one even number, another even number, right?
Yes.
So here it would be good. Let's some make distance, okay? Which is the
Mm-hmm.
even number, right?
Right.
So here one by one, first we check one, it's false, skip them. Two, it's
Mm-hmm.
a true, just
Right.
note down.
Mm-hmm.
Three, false, skip them. Four,
Mm-hmm.
how to skipping? How to skipping? Because this is if. If else, don't do anything, right?
Right.
So here in the five, false, skip them. Six, note down. So you notice we have note down all the even number, what were
Right.
required.
Right.
So till now, what we did, we have to find out all the even number.
Right.
So I just here commented out, so that if you print here, so you notice I only get all the even number, right?
Right.
Till now, any doubt, confusion?
No.
Now our problem, let's say, sum of them.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have to write a function, a code that sum all this number.
Right.
So how I'm going to sum? Maybe directly here you can write a sum or function, whatever things. Okay.
Yeah.
So here let's I'm going to declare one variable sum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Initially I assign to the 0,
Mm-hmm.
0, and
Right.
whenever I find out even number, in this
Mm-hmm.
case I'm going to add.
Mm-hmm.
So here say whatever the sum have, just add sum plus your number. Number is the x, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And let's print the sum as well as, okay,
Yeah.
for our references. Okay,
Right.
just check what sum you are getting for x,
Right.
right?
Right.
Let's run it.
Mm-hmm.
So you will notice first time sum 2, second
Mm-hmm.
time 2 plus 4, 6, 6 plus 6, 12, 12
Mm-hmm.
plus 8, 20, 20 plus 10, 30. This means finally we are receive
Mm-hmm.
all the sum of even number,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
So it would be good. So here just for power purpose, so you don't write this code. And you know here all even number, instead say sum of all even number, right? Sum of
Right. All even
all
number.
even number. And here your method should return integer value. So here after this is the loop.
Mm-hmm.
And after that I say return your sum
Mm-hmm.
value, right?
Yes.
And now here I'm my method name change.
Mm-hmm.
What is the sum? Okay.
Right.
So here you find sum of your first all 20 number.
Mm. Right.
So this is your 110. But how it's 110 come, you will know. If you want to detail, just print this value and get the title.
Right.
So this is the logic already you written. This is initially I am writing more detail because s- if you so the code that is very concise. They are not written this function, right? They are not
Mhm.
written this. Just I am trying to say initially you have to write each and everything. Even
Mhm.
I write this code inside, but initially purpose you always write each and everything so that you can understand. Okay.
Right, right.
Best option, line by line, write the code, run and verify, right? Again,
But
line the code, run and verify.
yeah, Ajay, bhai, this I'm getting confused. One more side, like I found now, because of when you write it down, because
Uh,
you know very well.
uh,
But the thing is, in my confusion here, when is that like the bracket, curly bracket is like end and
uh,
start? Because of like, I saw that like you just like return the sum,
mm,
the
mm,
line number 31. I'll
mm.
get confused in here. Okay, why I have to just put the return this sum,
Okay.
this
So
block, that block? That is an
let's okay, not an issue. So if you just open it, oh sorry.
mm,
First thing you notice why this loop we because we have to run 1 to n times. So we are
right,
in the loop, right? So we
right,
are printing. We are, but here I am to only sum the even number to have apply condition. If
right,
only even number, then going to the sum. Okay,
right.
and if notice until this loop is not done, we cannot
Mm-hmm.
say we have complete all the n number.
Right,
If this condition false, then our loop come out here.
right.
So let's write your outside of loop.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of loop.
Look. Mm-hmm.
Here we are out. This is the open curly brace outside of loop.
Right.
Here outside of loop. So
Mm-hmm.
let's keep first outside of loop, and
Mm-hmm.
this is the second outside of loop. So
Okay.
this is the inside of loop, right?
All right.
Here, if I'm writing here, you are a inside a loop, right?
Right.
Inside a loop.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to, if we return some from here, we also return some from here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or some from here. So what would behave? Let's run first out. Understand the situation.
Sure. Yeah.
So this is the way outside of the loop, sum is equal
Okay.
to 0. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Inside the loop, for first number, sum 2.
Two,
For second number, sum equal 6. You are
six.
inside a loop, inside a loop, inside a
Right.
loop, right?
Right. Right. Right.
Once your loop done, then means
Mm.
you have to check all the number. And then
Right.
you have the logically you have to return the sum.
All right.
If what happen, I am returning sum here itself. Okay,
Mm.
let's what happen.
Mm. Right.
Let's assume
Mm-hmm.
let someone come. Ki sum is that means n equal to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Condition x 1 less than 20. Yes, true. Go to
Right.
the condition, check even number. Yes, it's
Mm.
even number or not. If in a even number, then go and sum and print and return here. That means
Yeah.
control goes from here, from where call method come here and print this value. So they
Okay.
are not going to again check next number.
Okay.
And again, where if you run it, here notice they are going one by one. Notice here outside the loop, go
You're
to the
right.
here. Let
Mm-hmm.
me run this again.
Mm-hmm.
In this thing, okay. So here first you are outside of the loop, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
What x equal to 1? Yes. 1 less than 20? Yes, is it true? Go inside a loop. Check even number? Yes. Even
Yes.
number? No, it's a false, not even number. That is, this
No.
code is not a, if don't do anything. Again
Right.
from this loop, go
Mm-hmm.
again here. X become
Right.
a 1 to 2. 2
Right.
less than n? Yes, true. Go and check
Mm-hmm.
the 2 even number. Check, yes, 2 is a even number. Yeah, now
Right.
2 found the even number. It's true.
Right.
Yes, it is a true. Then go print the number. Number,
Right.
you are become a sum 20. And after that, return sum.
Right.
Then what happened from this line? Our control come from where this method call? This call from 15 line.
Right.
Control come here. And they printing. They
Yeah.
are not going to again check increment condition. But our requirement, we have to check
Big
all the
time.
number, not only one number. Okay, so this is the problem. You cannot write return here, right?
True.
So let happen. What happen if not writing here? Someone say, no, no, I am going to write return here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm. Right.
then what happen? Let's check. In this case, if you're not writing here, you write here. Then what happen?
Mm-hmm.
Outside of loop, 1 less than 20. Yes, true. Is
Mm-hmm.
even number. First one, not even number. Which are false. Which they are not going to inside, right? They are
Yeah.
returning sum equal to 0. From where they called, come here control. Even
True.
they are not going to check this plus and condition.
True.
So
Yeah.
this also not solve my purpose because we are not running loop properly. Okay. One,
Right.
this is a false. Come here, but I return the return.
Mm-hmm.
Return means just go outside of the loop. Means
Ah.
control from here, go return where this call from the line number 15, they come here.
I see.
So
Okay.
we cannot write return here, we cannot write return here, because logically say we have to run this loop completely,
Acha. Acha.
then I have to return. So
Okay.
whenever you are writing, don't think why I'm writing just only here. Let's try to write here and observe the output. Let's write
Mm-hmm.
here and observe the output. This
Oh,
will show experience and understanding how control is going.
okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank
Is
you.
it clear?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
S- So let's comment out and let's okay. So is it clear why I am writing return here?
It
Okay,
is. It
because
is.
this is our need. I want to sum up all even number between 1 to n. So we
Mm,
have to run the loop until your number not less than n.
true. Yeah.
Till now, any doubt, any confusion?
Now it is better than before. Yeah.
Yes. Good.
So this help us to just system out and filter and help us to what we thinking same our compiler give output or not, right?
Exactly.
So finally, this is your line of code you have to run. But
Mm-hmm.
whenever you're writing, write something, test the output, and later part we have to remove your comment out of the code, right?
Mm-hmm. True. Exactly.
This is the way whenever I'm giving any assignment, one by one things you are trying to solve. Here, write a program that sum all even number between 1 to n. The first we have to find out the all even number. Then first we have to
Mm-hmm.
check the number even or not. The first I
True.
am going to write a code, the particular number is even or not. Second, we have to find out all the even number.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have to perform sum
Right.
till is it okay? You do practice yourself. Okay, the same program you write by
Sure.
yourself, right?
I will do. I will do. I will do for sure.
Okay, and then you take different output. Okay,
Sure. Sure.
right?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay, so let me uh, explain about always uh, we are writing all the things in only one class in my sample class, right?
Yes.
But I see like you written a different classes, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Java say you can write the multiple classes, right?
Multiple classes in. Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay,
One.
so one thing, this sample class is the one and main method where we are running the code, but
Right.
all the things this is related to your sum of even number or even number. So generally sometime whenever writing multiple method multiple item, this class becomes so lengthy, right? And
Mm-hmm.
this class name is not indicating what really you are doing here, right?
True. True.
It would be good you can write multiple classes.
Okay.
Java say you can write multiple classes. So let's example, I am going to write one more classes here, like a class test. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So test is okay, and here you write like a method like void
Mhm.
say
Right.
and return print just hello. Okay?
All right.
So simply this is the one class have a method.
Mhm.
But someone tried to test how I want to call this function, say where I call. This class don't have any main method.
No main
How
method
to
here.
run it?
Right.
So so Java say you can the code is compiled successfully. There is no any problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only challenge is how I am going to call this say function.
Okay.
So somehow we need a one main method. This is
All
the
right.
thumb rule. Your Java code is started from main method. So in this class there is no main method, you cannot run it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So somehow you have to write another class. Some have a main method. Let's write
Mm-hmm.
one more class like test one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And test one I write like a public static void main. Okay.
Right.
And here I can write as out. It's a test one method.
Right.
Test one main. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This code I can run. Okay. This code I can run and get output. But our objective not run this. Our objective is that I want to run this method, right?
Okay.
How to run this method? And notice this is the method where I've written, we have not written here any static keyword. Static
Mm-hmm.
is not a mandatory things, right?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Notice here no any static, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how I can access call this method?
Mm-hmm.
If we are
Non
written a code in a different class, okay?
Okay.
Or even in the one file, you can write also here class like a class test3. Okay, let's
Right. Right.
and here say like void say out
This
hello
is true. Yeah. This is
and
okay.
hello test 3. Let's see, this is the hello test 3, and
Mm-hmm.
this is the separate file, separate class. Let's see hello test. So now till now our code is properly compiled. We are not run this class because there is no main method, right?
Uh-huh.
Test one class we can run because they have a main method. Problem,
Okay.
okay. But question is how I can call test this method? Can
Mm.
I write here say or not?
Right.
Here compiler is not happy. Compiler don't know what is the same method. I cannot resolve symbol. There is a cannot resolve symbol. No method like a test say. So this say method is not defined inside the test class, right?
Right.
If you define inside test one class itself here, right here, let's eh? Let's
Right.
define. But it is not static. Still, you can say compiler key. You cannot call non-static method inside static method. Now
Mm-hmm.
this test class have a same method, but we cannot call because this is the main method is static.
Okay.
So how to call? So one way we can change to static, like we know, right? Static. If it is static, that means this method can compiler call it
Mm.
test one. There is no problem. But I
Okay.
want not call the test one. Can I write method like without? I want to call first this number. How to do? Right?
Which one?
So,
That is
yes,
okay, say, right? Okay.
this method.
Mm.
I want
That
to output test three because this is a
okay.
method, right? So
Mm-hmm.
in this case, Java say which class this method define.
Okay.
Last here say this is the test three. You say here test three. You can create object new keyword test three. This is
Mm.
kind of a notice. This is the user defined data types. Now this is the object and type of test three. Now this object, this test three have a method say. So here say object one dot say. Now notice we are able to call the method which is not static and getting a state three output, right?
Right.
So sometime you are defining a method that are non-static.
Okay.
Maybe in the same class or maybe different class. In this class itself, let's I define another method like here,
All right.
say 1, and here say 1 1. Okay. So this non-static method, can I call from main? So this static method defined inside which class? This is defined inside a test class. So we need to create object of test1, test1,
Mm-hmm.
test1, and we have to call object1 dot 7. Any non-static method you want to call, then you need to create the object of that class,
I see.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, this is the test class, that is a different file.
Right.
I want to call this method. Again, we need to create the object of this class here.
Mm-hmm.
Test obj. Okay, here, and now here say, so now notice we are able to call the method say that is defined inside a separate file here, right? Hello test, right?
Right.
But we are running inside a different file. Okay, I not save it. So you notice we are running, right?
Correct.
So one thing, whenever we are defining method can be static or non-static, right? If the static method, then means we can directly call from the main method, right? Directly. But method is non-static, then you have to create the first object of this class, then object dot you call this function.
Mm-hmm.
And if this similarly any method, notice in Java you write any method that always inside a class. Okay, outside of class, this is the class. In the outside of class, here you cannot write anything. Let's say you want to write like this way, right? I want to write something here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Compiler is not allowed to write anything. In Java, each and every line of code always come under the class. Even you cannot declare any kind of variable. Even you cannot, you say sometime like other language, say I'm going to declare on the top here, right here.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's not allowed Java. And
Oh.
even you can say let's declare some variable integer x equal to 90, right? Even it is not allowed. Anything in a Java you want to do, even declare variable or output something, you cannot do outside of any class. Each and everything must be inside a class, right?
Yeah.
It clear? So
Yeah.
logically compiler not allow this thing. Okay? So even notice inside a class, even you cannot write system.out.println something here. If you write something here, compiler is not happy.
Mm-hmm.
Because writing system.out.println means you are trying to print the something on the screen, right? So question is that who call this function? This is not any method inside a method. So even inside a class, you cannot write like system.out.println. For calling this, you need a one block, this block of code. And here you can write anything. Here you can write. So this is the these things not you find in any Google, but this will come from experience. Which you
Exactly.
can write, right?
Exactly.
System.out and println, you can not write without any block.
Sure.
Block can be without name or can be with a method name.
Yeah.
Then how can we
Call them.
execute this line?
How
Yeah.
can
How?
call them? Question is
Yeah.
that good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How can call them? That's very good question. Because this is call from the say call say method, right? But
Yeah.
Yeah.
when this call block, so whenever you can create the object of this class, new test. Notice
Right.
here is a new test. This is a test one class.
Right.
Oh no, no. This is the test. This is the test class, right? Now test class.
That's
Test.
fine.
Yeah.
So whenever you said new test, like in the here, it's a new test here.
Mm-hmm.
At the time of new test, those block executed. And
Mm.
after that, this function going to the call. Let's I comment out all right. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I run it.
Right.
So let's S out here. Here. And before that I here, right?
Right.
And whenever you see this line, means whenever the object of this test class going to create, at that time, this block without named block are going to call automatically.
Mm.
Let's run it. So notice this block is called first, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Any number of time you do this, right? If one time, two time it's no.
Second time it is okay.
Always invoke. Notice two times more invoke. So whenever you write this code new test at this time, this block going to execute. This is
Mm.
known as a instance block. What is a instance block?
Instance.
Instance block.
Instance. Oh man. Say, okay.
Yeah.
Instance block. And right. So
Mm-hmm.
generally, whenever we are last time discussing method is a kind of block, but named block, right? We are giving the some name, but this is
Mm.
the block without name. So
Mm.
how someone invoke? Whenever we are going to create the object of this class, new test, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So sometime you say object, and sometime say instance of. This is the object zero is the instance of test class, right?
Okay. Object.
Similarly, instance two, instance three, you can use like instance one, like instance one, instance two, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, the instance.
Whenever defining one class, here I am defining one class, and I can create multiple instance. Like
Got it.
uh, similarly, look like understand like you one architect have a created one house diagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
One architect designs one house layout, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the one architecture where number of height, width, length of the each bathroom, toilet, and rooms are constructed. The once only architecture design completed for once architecture. Using this architecture,
Mm.
any construction company can create multiple houses for that, right?
Yes, they can.
Right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this is the architecture, just design, just document, just like on a paper, right? But
Mhm.
in this paper, define the each length, width, height of each and everything, right?
Sure.
Similar kind of house is constructed actually, right?
Yeah.
So here say this is the architecture known as a Java class, okay?
Okay.
And all the actual houses constructed is known as a object or instance. Object or instance.
Instance.
So whenever you say here say new test means actually one object going to create physically, right? they need a memory, they need
Mhm.
actual things.
Mhm.
But whenever you are here defining class, just we are defining ki this class can contain this thing, this thing, these things on a
Mhm.
just blueprint.
Mhm. Right.
So here say this is the one test class. Test class have a one instance block and one method,
Mhm.
right? Might be one variable like, okay, size,
You're right.
right? Might be. So here say this is the only blueprint class which is just a design logically things. But whenever we are going to create the object of this class, now here new test. Now here actually object is going to create that take
Mhm.
memory, that take space.
Okay.
This sometime we say object and sometime we say instance. Instance
Instance.
1, instance 2, instance 3. One class can create multiple instances, right?
Mhm. Oh, it can create multiple instances.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Yeah, that's all.
So till now it's okay.
It is. It is good.
Any doubt, any confusion?
Now,
Very beautiful.
yeah, Ajay, right? So with the other instances, how
Hmm,
did you? So when you just do a system out, just below that, it will
hmm,
print. Just below that, right?
hmm.
No, no.
Here,
On
yeah, now here we have object you can do any method here, they you can invoke same method, right?
no, not say, but system out.
You can do
Okay.
whatever you want to do here, you can do.
No, that line in test one. If you go
Yes,
to
test one line. What you were saying? This is the I written here.
yeah, so if you go to test one class,
I'm test one class.
oh sorry, test class. Sorry,
Test
test.
class.
Yeah, so this line system
Hmm,
out
uh,
hello test block
yeah,
curly bracket. So I want to
right.
this output there.
So this is the output now. Whenever you no, whenever you say, whenever you're writing this line now, at this line,
Yeah,
this going to execute. So notice here here in a main I written two times. So
two
let's I
time.
comment. Let's I here comment out. Okay, and comment.
Mm,
Here I just written only one time.
yeah.
So you are getting the only one time block output.
Mhm.
Notice this is the only one time block output, right?
Okay, okay, yeah,
Because this
yeah.
is the first line, and then this new object created. Then go here instance block by default executed, right?
Okay, okay.
So
Mm.
even I am not writing, I'm not calling anything right here.
Mm,
Notice I'm not writing any here object, just creating the object of that, right? Still
Mhm.
notice
right,
this is created, means this block is executed.
right.
Okay. So I'm trying to say whenever you are going to write Java code, this is the file structure. Means
Mhm.
in Java, uh, uh, one file you can write main method or even write non-main method, maybe
Mhm.
static, non-static, right?
Mhm.
Right,
Mhm.
And
right.
in one file, test1.java, whenever you are going to save test1.java, if you're going to run, this test1 must have a main method if you want to run, right?
Mhm.
But this is
Mhm.
not mandatory ki one file have only one class. Notice in the same class I have written another class, class 3.
Mhm.
So one file test1.java can hold one class, test1, or can hold multiple class, right? Here I can write multiple classes.
All right.
Test3, right? Test4.
So this test three, test four, is it inside test three or is after the closing bracket of test
Okay.
one?
Whenever you're writing one class, they class opening brace here and closing brace. After closing brace, you can write another class.
Okay, okay.
Notice this is the class.
Yeah,
This is the class. Whenever you write one class test 4, this have a open and close brace, right?
yeah,
And inside this is the class 1. Okay. Here you can write method, variable, non-variable, anything. But you cannot write system.out.println here. This is
right.
not allowed to write.
Oh.
Is not allowed. If you want to print something, you need one block, right? Like here mentioned in this, you need maybe this block
Mhm.
or maybe in the method.
Right.
But inside a class, you can declare variable.
Okay.
But
Message.
outside of the class means here you cannot declare variable. Here you cannot write anything. In Java, each and everything you are going to write inside a particular class. Without class, in Java, we cannot do anything.
Mhm.
Right.
Inside one class, you can declare block. Named block means a method, or you can declare variable.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So this is your kind of a file structure. Initially, sometime whenever you starting code, sometime confusion where I am going to write where. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? So be clear. One file like a test.java. Inside a file, you can write class. Inside a class, you can declare variable or you can define a block. Block maybe without named or block with a named. Named means method, right?
Mhm. Right.
Yeah.
And one thing notice, whenever you are writing code, you are declaring some variable here, right? Here I am writing variable like p equal to like 90. Okay, and let's this is the same method. Let's man I write another method say one, right?
Mhm.
So notice this p variable can be I'm print here p variable. Okay,
Mhm.
can be I'm print p, and even I can say here p equal to, right?
Right.
Even I can use this size variable here. What is the size equal to? Compiler is happy. There is no any problem. That means inside a block, you declare any variable, this can be used here. And even outside of this block, you can use this, right? But if you are trying to use the same in the different block here, this is a new method. Here we can use this size variable, but this p variable is a local of this block. So you cannot access this p variable in the different method. Here p
Mhm.
say undefined variable, cannot resolve symbol. So
What?
this p variable you cannot access here because this is predefined inside a same method. You want to access in another block. So this p are not accessible, right?
Yeah.
We can type p equal to 90 in the class itself, then to access it.
Here, no. Here you cannot say p equal to 90 anything.
No, outside the say method.
Outside the same method here,
No, no, at
yes.
the top. If you copy and
Uh,
cut,
here,
copy inside. Yeah,
here, like say a size variable were accessible.
yeah.
So I'm trying to say if any variable declare on
Oh,
the
yeah.
here that
As
can be accessible here, that can be accessed inside a method. A same variable can be accessed this method as well as.
okay, okay,
But any variable you can declare another this method p cannot access here. Here you can define own variable like s, right?
right.
Here s variable you can access. Here you
Oh,
can say s variable access, right?
yeah,
Because you are defining inside a block, right? Please.
right. Yeah.
But here you cannot access. Like if you want to try access here s variable you cannot access here,
Definitely not. Yeah.
right?
Definitely. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to just understand whatever the variable you are declaring inside a block, that is a local. Scope means they are only accessible inside this block.
Right.
But this
Right.
Yeah.
variable cannot access another block. Like this is a new
Another
block,
block. Yeah. Yeah. True.
but
Yeah.
some variable declare outside of block, like here declare, that can be accessed by inside this block, even inside this block. That
Okay.
is this
Oh.
variable is shared by all the blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So this is known as a local variable. This is known as a instance variable.
Acha.
Okay. One thing notice, this variable I can say here size equal to size equal to let's 90,
Mhm.
and here I can say size equal to 80. Right? Different value I can assign to different method, right?
Mhm.
But if any variable declare local, notice here I define size but not giving any value. No, I just declare variable but not in slicing value.
Mhm.
Initialization can be done in the any block, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Maybe here, right?
Mhm.
But in the case of local variable, if you declare variable, you must initialize, because else compiler say I don't understand, this is not initialize. So any local variable you are going to say int p declare but not initialize, compiler give error. If the variable is not initialized, you must say somehow p equal to 19, yeah, 9, anything, right?
Right.
But this rule is only apply for your local variable. If you
Mhm.
not initialize, compiler is complaining error, variable is not initialized. But in the case of instance variable, compiler is not complaining.
Mhm. Mhm.
So this is differences between the local variable and instance variable. Instance variable can be just without any value or can be with value, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You can declare one variable with initialization or without initialization. But this rule is not applicable for, you can declare any variable. If not initializing, compiler complain exception. Your code
Mhm.
cannot compile because p variable is not initialized. Is it okay?
Yeah.
P variable is not initialized, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So please we note that whenever you're declaring local variable, you must give some value. Maybe the
Mhm.
same line or maybe different line. There is no
Mhm.
problem. But it's okay.
Ajay, right? Is
Hmm.
null is same like no value at all?
Okay, null is till now you notice we have a study about the primitive data type, integer, float, double, long. Those have
Mhm.
a default value, right? Integer have a 0
Yeah.
and the float have a something. But null is you cannot say like here. Let's look away here. I cannot say like integer uh, uh, d equal to null. Null is only for user defined object.
Okay. Okay.
Because this is not integer value. Integer say कि always you assign integer value, maybe
Hmm.
0 or 9 something, right? You cannot
Oh,
say null.
okay. Okay.
Null
Okay.
is uh, for applicable object. Like here say, notice here I am creating the multiple object. Here test. Here we can say test equal to null.
Okay. Okay. I see. Yeah.
Any Java object, okay? Notice here say object created and you call the function say. It's okay, right? Tell no problem. But this is
Mhm.
the okay. Test for already, yes, for already. Duplicate class.
Mhm.
In the one file, you cannot create the same name two class, right?
All right.
So here, if you say new object created, this object can be assigned null. So if you say here like object equal to null, then what happened? Let's think. If you created the object and you say object equal to null, and here say object dot say method, but null is means they are not referring to anything. So this object obj not referring to anything, then how you can call this function? So here compiler say null pointer exception. If you run this code, they say null pointer exception because this object is null. Notice object is null. Notice they say
Mhm.
null pointer exception.
So what is null means? Is it
Null
null
No.
means
like
null
zero,
means
like
they are
nothing?
not referring to any object.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You can print here. You can print the value. They null means they are not referring any value. Null indicate
But
the particular
now
instance.
doesn't mean that it's a zero.
It doesn't mean
No,
zero.
No, no,
no,
no.
no, not a
Okay.
zero. Zero
Okay.
means integer value. Zero is also
Zero.
valid value, right?
Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
Null means just null referencing this variable is not referring to anything.
It makes sense.
Oh, okay, okay. I see, I see.
Null.
Yeah.
Null is not a value, even say. Null is not a value. Okay?
But
Mm-hmm.
is
Null
it used
is,
in Java? Like, do you use
yeah,
null? Is
yeah, lots of things we have to do. Like if you someone say here by default, if you're not doing, let's you declare by default, let's this is the test. Uh, Here let's declare here uh, test here. Okay, I'm not initializing anything, right? So by
yeah.
default, the compiler said this is the object. The object default value is the null,
Mm.
right?
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
And let's I am going to print here. What is the test? Sorry. Okay. So if you notice, I declare one variable type of test and not initializing. So by default, in this case, your compiler say okay. So instead of this, let's I write in the here print. What is the sorry? Why I'm writing here? Because this is the static. So always they are referring to static variable. They are referring this is not static, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I'm not declare as a static variable, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
compiler why similarly I'm not writable here because they say this is not static. Because inside a static block we always need a static, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
that I am
Right.
commenting, I'm not testing here. Even I'm not testing here. I am testing here because this is non-static. So
Mm-hmm.
non-static can access the non-static variable. So if you run this test, now let's call this say1 function here. Now we created object call this say1 function. So notice what is the value of test. I am just defining a test but not initializing. So by default they print the null.
Mm.
Okay, just comment out. So notice they are printing test equal to null.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So here you are what you are saying here you are defining one variable test. This is the user defined object. All the object by default value is a test null.
Mm-hmm.
Here you say ki this is the type of your test. This is the type of a test. This is the test. Here method say say1. I can call. If you try to call, let's this is the test, and here you say I'm going to call test dot say1. Okay, say. But you notice this is the null. Null means this variable is not pointing to anything. So here you cannot write say. They say null pointer exception. If you run this
Mm.
code, say oh this is the null. You cannot write here null pointer exception line number this, right?
Right.
Mm.
So how to help? Before calling any method, you have to test if this test not equal to null, then call it, right?
Right.
In this way, you can save null pointer exception. Now our application is not going through exception because you have to check. If not null, then you can call.
Mm-hmm.
If null, don't do anything.
It's,
So whenever you are going to call any method from the object, you must have to check the object must be not null.
mm.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So null is you can say a special meaning in a Java. Null is not referred to any default value of like zero or blank or space or nothing.
Right.
Null means just they are referring uh, by default any object, any types. Here class type. Generally, whenever this is the class and this is the variable, you are not initializing. Then means by default compiler say default value of any object is a null. Null means now this test is the variable is not pointing any object and
Mm-hmm.
they
Oh,
are
okay.
not pointing to anything. So you cannot invoke dot xyz or dot anything. You cannot call anything. If you calling, compiler say "Ki I'm not happy." So before calling
Mm-hmm.
any method, you have to save our code. If not null, then call it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Any other doubt?
No.
No, that's all. Yeah.
So today these are the like a structure, file structure, where what thing you can write, right?
Right.
And today also we discuss whenever you are declaring variable, if you're declaring local
Mm-hmm.
variable before using you must initialize. But sometime you can declare variable outside of the method. Like outside of the method means inside a class. This is inside a class, right?
Right.
Right.
Inside a class you can declare variable without any initialization. In this case, compiler give the default value.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the default value? You can just check Google default value
Default
of
value.
default
Mm-hmm.
values, default value of any data types,
Mm-hmm.
all data types. Java से. So these are the so notice uh, these are the data type study: byte, short, int, long, float, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
these are the default value. Default value means just you declare but not initialize, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not initialize means they are going to all this integer by default 0, long would be the 0l, float 0f, double 0d, char slash u00 means non displayable character, and देखो string null. String is the object, string is the class, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the null, and boolean by default false. But
Uh,
this value you are declaring always inside a class, not inside a method.
mm-hmm.
Inside method always you have to initialize, but outside of the method, that means inside a class, you can live without any giving value. In this case, compiler give you this default value.
All right.
Okay.
Right.
So generally, whenever we are writing code, always writing inside a method. Whenever writing inside a method, if you're declaring any variable, you must sure they are initialized. Okay. But sometime you can declare variable you want ki this variable should be accessible in this block and this method, both
Mm-hmm.
method. Sometime
Mm-hmm.
you want one variable might that can be accessed in block and this in this block. So those variable you cannot declare inside this block, you can declare outside of the block, means here
Right.
out top. So here you can declare size variable, size can be accessible here, sign can be accessible here. And one thing also note, this size variable you can declare not on top, you can declare on the even here down, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
But here compiler no, this is a size variable, declare outside of the class, means somewhere, maybe here.
Mm-hmm.
So this not always need on the top, but inside a block. Notice here. So there
Yeah.
is no any order required. Always before going to, you notice program generally starts say here size. What is the size? We are not declaring here, but you notice inside the class, compiler found, oh, this is the size variable. But in the case of local variable, like here you say, like uh, x equal to 9, and here say integer x. No, compiler is not happy.
Mm-hmm.
You before you before using, you must to declare. So this rule is only applicable inside a block.
Okay.
Inside a block, inside a method, you are going to declare any variable. First declare, then use. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But in the case of instance variable can be defined in outside of the class, and maybe on the top or maybe in the down.
Mm-hmm.
The compiler for the instance variable given the relaxation, this variable can be declared anywhere in the
Mm-hmm.
class, but surely not in any block. This block means all are the this is the local variable only accessible here. This is the x local variable only accessible inside a block, right? This is the local
Mm-hmm.
variable p only accessible here. But this is the size not declared here. That means they are defining outside of the class. This method. The look here,
Mm-hmm.
not here, not here. They are declared here. The compiler find out. Oh, here is a declare.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the some rule you can say of the file structure, where variable you can declare, where method you can declare, right? And how
Mm-hmm.
to access, yeah, invoke or call those methods.
Right.
So these are the very basic things. And whenever you are doing, at that time you found sometime you are writing some variables anywhere, and you are maybe something different understanding.
True.
But these
True.
are the basic things you should aware, where I can declare variable, where I can write the system dot out and put, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
this is till now it's not completed about the class structure. I'll take maybe later part one more session on this. There are some more things needed to where we can write some, right?
Sure. Yeah.
But as
So
of now, uh,
there are more to structure.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah, more structure.
okay.
Because till now we have studied very basic things, so I'm just cover only those things which till now we studied, right?
Okay. Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
huge
Yeah.
another world.
So Java is huge. Like there are more things.
No,
Uh,
no, you cannot say huge until we don't know. Say you can huge. Okay.
Right.
Until I don't know how to drive the car, for me it's very tough and it's huge, lots of things.
Right.
But
Right.
once
True.
you know, it's easy, right?
yeah.
True. True. True.
Similarly
Yes.
for anything. Only problem is the familiarity. If I'm familiar, for me it's easy. If I'm not familiar, Mafi, for me it's a complex and huge and large thing, right?
True.
Right. 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 Right.
So till now, for today, any doubt? Till now, any questions?
So
Uh,
far, so
so
far it is
far
not.
is good. Yeah, it's good so far.
Mm,
So okay, so let's close the call today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Ajay. And then we'll
Do
see you
you
tomorrow.
and you have the recording too?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, I have recording of this,
okay.
Mm.
because many time I also think what I speak I don't know. Whenever I
Okay.
uh, watch my recording and figure, oh, sometimes I speak something mistake or something new. Might be I'm
Mm.
not today thinking I'm going to teach this topic today, but due to the what look code of this like your, and then figure out, okay, my variable declaration may be confusion, like number one same variable inside a main method, inside the your sum of three number method you declare, so don't confuse that, right?
Okay. Sure.
Okay. Yeah, it has been helpful today. It was.
Yeah, so just you watch this and just remember ki, where things we write, but
Sure.
this is just awareness purpose. But whenever you're writing a code, uh, you will need to declare some variable, declare some system dot out and println. So where you are writing, where you cannot write, right? You should aware.
Mhm.
You are writing a main method, so you cannot write anything system dot out and println outside of the method. Yeah,
Right.
outside of the class, right? So this is the basic hygiene of the, you can say, the Java language we have to follow. Else you're not following, compiler give the compiler an error.
Sure.
Okay. So tomorrow we'll focus on your next. Already you have I given assignment. You
Right.
have to write out the Fibonacci
Okay.
number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's still any doubt, confusion, I'll help you, guide you how you can think and how you can write. Look like I today I cover the how to write sum of all even number,
Right.
step by step things.
Right.
So initially I am going to writing any code step by step. First the problem, then thinking how I'm going to solve the problem, and you are writing code more basic to basic, so that you should aware ki in this way we can write the code.
True.
Okay,
Yeah.
and the only required practice. Okay,
Yeah.
because
Mm.
whenever until I am speaking, you are listening, look like very okay,
No,
right?
no, yeah, yeah, that's true.
But whenever go and try to think some and write code, sometime you are not able
Totally
to think how
different.
to write, where do I start? I start for loop, or which variable, what the logic I'm going to write. This kind of
Yeah.
struggle initially you face, and that should be. This
Right.
will drive you. You can, okay. You are, I want to learn, so I have to focus. I have to ask question. I have to
Right.
discuss ki how
Yeah.
I can think, how I can write this variable, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
That was
as
the
many
that
as
was yeah.
question you write, that means you are getting clearance understanding about your language.
True.
That's right.
True.
Ajay,
Okay.
yeah. Ajay,
Okay.
bhai,
Yes.
Yeah.
how do you comment in and comment out in a particular block in IntelliJ. Like let's say that I
Okay.
wrote three
Yeah, I'll
lines.
show you. I'll show you. I'll show you.
Okay.
Let me share my screen. Uh, These are the things question always ask. Okay. So let like this is the code. My screen is visible.
Yeah.
Uh, it's loading. Yeah, I see that. Okay.
My screen is visual now.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
So now let's. This is the line of code. You notice you have right click and code refactor, extract method, line block, and it says uh, I am using the shortcut key like and control and the slash slash key. This means I am writing this way. Currently on my laptop, I am writing control button plus this, right?
Control slash. Okay.
Mhm.
Control plus this
Control
keyword.
plus for
Uh, right. So I just I'm select here,
button. Yeah.
okay, and control and the, pressing
Follow it.
this one, this
Right.
now unselected and again press then selected.
Right.
Now, once you select it, how do you unselect?
Just
Just
again.
click and just click anywhere.
Okay.
Just I click here and maybe select from mouse here this way, or just go to the line by line, right?
Yeah.
And after that, I again press control and this keyword select,
Okay. So
For
right?
the
for
same key for making comment,
Same
same
keeper,
key
yes.
for.
copy note.
Same keeper uncommented, yes.
Okay. 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 Okay.
But you have to need to select the code, line of code you want.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Select and same. Uncomment, comment, uncomment, comment, right?
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Good. Always ask. And even that's good things for your purpose. Just try to search IntelliJ shortcut.
Yeah, IntelliJ shortcut, you can find it out.
IntelliJ
Mhm.
short keys,
All right.
shortcuts. And these are the things you can find here in the Google. Each and everything, right? All the shortcuts are here, right?
All right.
Okay.
Right. And even might be confusion, you might be on your it not work because I am using initially before IntelliJ, basically I am using the IntelliJ Eclipse ID, right?
Mhm.
So here is the options in the setting IntelliJ. There is options like a key map.
Mhm.
Here you can test which kind of shortcut you are going to apply. So I am
Excellent.
currently using the Intel Eclipse shortcut. So might be
Mhm.
if you selected here by default, I think window will select it. So might be those key not for work like you. So if you select
Okay.
here like IntelliJ Eclipse, so all the Eclipse ID shortcut work in the IntelliJ,
I got you.
So how
right?
is what is the difference? This one is better than Eclipse?
No, before this IntelliJ generally key, I'm using the Eclipse ID and we aware ki Eclipse is a shortcut right now.
Mm,
Yeah.
So due to the familiarity, we all follow the same. But until by default, IntelliJ, NetWin, different IDs. Someone using the Visual Studio, but now they shift to the IntelliJ. The initially they feel hurdle to shifting, formatting, controlling, right? So
yeah.
Mhm.
IntelliJ say ki you are using before any editor. When you jump to the IntelliJ, I am giving flavor. You can use the
Mhm.
same shortcut key here as well as.
Okay. Okay.
So this is the we can added benefit of IntelliJ ID. Let's say I come from Eclipse to IntelliJ. So I
Mhm.
not going to learn new shortcut for the IntelliJ. I use the Eclipse itself,
All right.
Okay. I see. I see. Yeah.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
Why here I am so notice here is even. I want to go to the function definition. So generally I press F3 here, right? And
Mhm.
jump control here. And even you can say here manually right click and maybe go to.
Maybe your screen is frozen. Is it not? It's not
Okay,
moving.
okay. Again, let me share.
Okay.
Hmm. Some time stuck.
Yeah.
So now my screen is visible.
Yeah, no discrimination.
So I am now saying this is a setting, and sorry, is file setting, and this is the key map, and
Mm.
key map have option here, which so can you just check your IntelliJ, which by default this is a window selected somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So all the Windows key will apply. But if you want to select Eclipse and whatever the editor you have experience, those editor you can select here, right? You know Emac, or you know Sublime Text, or you have experience on Visual Studio, the same thing you can use. So, but whatever you use, uh, that even the go to the particular IntelliJ websites here, and they're given all the shortcut keys, right?
Mm. Mhm.
Even you can configure the your keyword, right? Sometime you want to change the shortcut key, even you can configure as well as, right?
Right.
Mm.
Right.
So lots of flexibility in this ID given, right?
Mhm.
But surely you have to use the different, even they have a somehow option key comment code, maybe from the screen. Generally shortcut help us to save time, right?
Right.
Right. Right.
Search folding comment, you have to explore somewhere they have options you can comment from the UI as well as somehow generate refactor, copy, move, extract, constant variable, parameter, function variables. Okay, leave it. This is the okay. Even manually you can do comment. One thing here just today, like comment. There are two types of comment in Java. One is the this is the one comment, right?
Yeah.
So generally we are doing this is the one comment. Another comment you say this is the slash star. The whole line is commented until I want to here. Go here and just write the star and slash. This is a multi-line comment,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
Right.
This is
This
a multi-line comment. Star, and here all the code by default not run until this is line not reach.
Sure.
Okay.
This is another way.
Another way, multi-line comment. If you want to one liner, this is, I want to comment this line. So just this is the one line comment. You want to two-line comment. So better option, I go here, I say star this and come here star slash. So this is
Okay.
a multi-line comment, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Single line comment and multi-line comment. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything, any small confusion?
That's
Yeah.
everything.
That's good. Okay.
Okay, let's uh, practice, write
Yeah.
code,
Sure. Sure.
and again, any doubt, any confusion, just note that while writing code, while studying at the same time, you just note down ki tomorrow I'll ask this question. Don't
Sure.
feel ki this is the very silly things or not complex thing. This I cannot ask. I am very open to discuss
Yeah.
small
Sure.
to small and high to high because we
Sure.
are here learning, right? Not I
Yeah.
don't understand ki you should aware each and everything, right?
Right.
Sure.
So
Okay.
never think ki how I can ask very already might be I have already discussed. No problem.
Thank you, Rajiv.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I think we are close to call, right?
Yeah. And then
Yes.
see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
See you
Thank
tomorrow.
you,
Thank
Rajiv.
you. Bye.
Take care, Rajiv.